Well, it's been a week since the government lifted the moratorium on deepwater drilling in the Gulf. So the question is, why aren't the drillers back to work? This is a question that Congressman Brady is trying to answer, and he's joining us now from Washington, D.C. Congressman, what are you seeing on this right now?
Well, right now the concern is that Interior's dragging its feet on the new requirements to lift the moratorium in practice in deepwater. We know the shallow water moratorium has been lifted for months, but the permits just aren't flowing. Our concern is the same is going to happen in the deep water. And right now our energy companies are sort of in a perfect catch-22. They're told you can apply when you meet the new requirements, but the new requirements aren't ready. Please apply. So for right now, our rigs are idle and our companies are really struggling. Our workers are struggling.
So, Congressman, the kindest way to describe all of this would be that it's disingenuous. But if we were less kind in this political climate, we could say that there's still a serious resentment toward this industry and serious efforts to stop them from doing their job.
Well, I think it's not just the drilling moratorium. That may be the tip of the iceberg. We've seen an assault from the CLEAR Act in Congress to create permanent roadblocks in the Gulf. We've seen a bevy of new taxes to really discourage U.S. companies from exploring here in the country, as well as the President's directives limiting more offshore development. So, we've got a kind of a full-scale assault, I think, on U.S. energy right now.
And here's an interesting thing. I think the last time the administration talked about this, they said we'd only lost 12,000 jobs and it was less than $2 billion in economic activity. Is this the sort of losses they're willing to take, and who are they protecting? Why do they keep this going?
I think the job losses are going to be much greater than that. And in truth, every day the moratorium continues in practice, more jobs are lost, more businesses are at risk. And I think, frankly, in Washington, I think energy jobs are expendable. I think oil and natural gas jobs are seen as somehow bad jobs, that we all ought to be focused on renewables, which we all support, by the way. And I think there's an attitude that these jobs don't matter, but with 15 million people out of work, I think every job matters.
Well, not only that, though, if you connect the dots and we continue to crush or put up these big roadblocks, that means it could have an impact on oil, maybe gasoline prices. Could it be that the administration would also like to see gasoline prices go higher? Certainly that would drive people to hybrids and electronic cars and things like that.
Well, it certainly fits into their whole philosophy of drive the price up on traditional energy to force people into renewable energy. We're fortunate. Demand's been down, so the loss of energy production in the Gulf, hasn't hit us from a price standpoint. But if the moratorium continues, we'll see, I think, new estimates, 62 million fewer barrels next year out of the Gulf. The Gulf's always been sort of our margin, our safety net in dealing with OPEC, so there is a concern down the road.
Yeah, we've been fortunate on price, but those thousands of people down there that have lost their jobs, they have not been as fortunate. Thanks a lot, Congressman Brady.
They've not.
Appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you, sir.